Hello, welcome back. I am going to like immediately fucking to hang off into the kind of like uh, borderline philosophical or like just analytical talks that I fucking love doing. One second, I need to get my fucking fan set up because I'm realizing it is hot as hell. This corner of the lab. Fan. Someone's fucking ping me on Discord. I need to fucking kill them. God damn it. Literally people fucking on memes. Anyway. Something, right. The reason why I wanted to start fucking rambling and talking about shit. One, I just kind of want to get fucking number of... We're at trees? How the hell are... We're almost at trees. This rock being new is a little bit annoying. Still, but... Oh, well, I'll write the car. Yeah, but we just need to, like, make number go up. That's really what we're just doing. I swear that wasn't there before, but... Yeah, we're number go up. All good, all nice. And I also want to fucking ramble, because I was just watching... Not just watching. A lot like before, because it's like a 4-hour video, but before streaming I was watching a breakdown of all of fucking Invincible Season 3 and its comic comparison by, I think it's just Lance and Corbin, I think. Also, welcome back, TaxCat. Oh yeah, water. It's okay over there. It looks new-ish. Not really, but like kind of. Anyway. Watching that, and it's a very good video. Recommend if you have 4 hours to kill. But there's a part, not of the video, but of Invincible itself, like as a piece of media, that sort of, it's not even like a bad thing from a storytelling perspective, but it is a detail that like stuck in my fucking jaw when I saw it going by too many times. So I want to talk about it a little bit. And it is the, generally, I'll just start talking about the thing in Invincible, and then I'll circle back once I've talked about it, but about why I want to talk about it. Basically, well, don't know. Doesn't really matter. Invincible, character in show. Name is, doesn't matter. We're not going that way, so I don't need to think about it too much. He is superhero, hero. If you don't know Invincible, think superheroes, but they actually kill and have somewhat realistic injuries. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Mentions like just your at. I don't know. Yeah. He doesn't like killing, but it's also a show where... Have you ever seen that one clip of a dude getting his fucking face put through a fucking moving train? Yeah, that's Invincible. So, it's a show that can happen. He's very much no kill. One of their characters, Cecil Stedman, has a very different view, which is basically, to quote him, quoting his mentor, you can either be a good guy, or you can be the guy that saves the world. And that is very, very dangerous. I think dangerous in a way that the show, like, exemplifies. I'm not sure it actually means to, though. That idea of, oh, yeah, no. Basically, if you have a no-killing policy, great, you're a good person. You are not going to be able to save the world when there's some motherfucker who shows up as like, hello, yes, I can teleport through realities. If I'm not actively dead, I can just disappear and come back at some other time to ruin your life. Alright. However, the issue, the thing that I'm getting at, sort of stuck with me, is how binary that is, right? It makes some level of sense, like, okay, cool, yeah, if you want to try and, like, save the world, you can't do it while trying to be, like, a spick-span fucking hero type. Alright, that bit, makes some level of sense. Actually makes a lot of sense. Zero's a very good job of, like, physic. Ignore them dying of oxygen. Not. Yeah, like, you can't save the world. If there's some motherfucker who's gonna end the world, if you, the no-killing mentality is such garbage wrong, the only one that can get away with that shit is Batman because he fucking cripples his villains. Wrong and just edgy. You sound like an edgy 14-year-old trying to get internet clout, I'm sorry. A no-killing rule is not a bad fucking thing most of the time. Especially for Batman, because most of his villains really should just stay in prison most of the time. And even then, at what point does it go like, cool? The point with Batman, these good renditions of Batman, I know there's going to be some that are dog shit, but with good ones, he cannot be the one who decides that, right? And because he doesn't have powers, his equipment and his training are what gives him his powers. So he is trained and he's trained his body and gotten equipment that is specialized to not fucking kill. Like, he does other shit. Counter that. Basically, I think an important thing to recognize with the idea of like a no-killing thing is it is very, very much a personal thing. For essentially any setting that has it, even Invincible, there are absolutely fucking characters in Invincible. Basically, anyone who does not fall into a specific ideology of no killing or yes killing, all of the killing, falls somewhere like, well, yeah, I don't want to kill people, but like, if we're gonna need to try and save the world, and someone is actively like, I'm going to detonate the bombs, Batman. Motherfucker, my power is making things explode. My options are not the most broad. And really, I think you're falling into the same problem I was going to point out in Invincible, where it is essentially treating it as to be deliberately inflammatory a little bit, a childish black and white binary. Where either you are a good guy, or you can actually save the world. And it's like, hang on, wait a second. This feels, mayhaps, perchance, like an excuse to go, well, you know, I'm saving the world, so I can be as much of a bastard as I want. Right? So long as I save the world, it doesn't matter what I do. It's like, well, could you have done it in a less bastard way? Because at that point, maybe you could have tried a little bit harder to not be a dickhead. And wrong enough, Invincible does give good examples of this, because Cecil Stedman, the good guys can't save the world bit, he actively makes things worse regularly because he is so prepared to be like the bad guy, right? He is already checked out of the idea that he could be a good person and also save the world. So he just does bad things, right? And, oh god, it's the dangerous flip-flop. I think Mark himself is a good example, like at the end of season 3. It's a little bit of a spoiler. It's not a huge one necessarily. Might be, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Where he goes, whole season like, no killing, no killing, no killing. And at the end, he's like, okay, anyone who threatens my family, I'm gonna kill them. Right? Which makes complete and total, big asterisk, complete and total sense. If your worldview is, okay, either you kill or you don't kill. Right? Okay, you see, that's evil. That's evil, and that's sort of what I'm talking about with the thing of like, yeah, no, that is just saying, well, you know, it's a bad thing, but it's the only way, or, oh, you know, it's not likely to change. Like, okay, cool. Middle grounds have to exist, because either the dichotomy is fundamentally flawed, or the correct worldview is there are good guys and there are bad guys, except it doesn't actually matter which one you are. You can be a bad guy with absolutely no problem, so long as you do save the world things. I find it uncompelling. Right. It's... Extremes are popular because they're really fucking easy. Ain't they? It's really fucking easy to just go, oh, you know, I struggle with that. So, you know, I'll just kill them. Right? Killing is good because, I don't know, they probably weren't going to change anyways. Or, oh, killing is bad all of the time forever. And that's the thing the shows are supposed to do. Like, either you never kill and never do a bad thing, or you resign yourself to killing when it is convenient. Right? The idea that you could both do your best to not kill people and also accept that sometimes you're going to have to. Whenever it is brought up, whenever like a no killing thing is brought up, that's never even an option. Right? Because that's harder. Right? If you're John Punisher, whose motivation is kill people, well then, it's really easy to determine if you should kill someone. Yes. The answer is yes, basically every time. And if you're fucking John Batman, who never kills people, it's also very easy. Should you kill this person? No. Every time. If you are John Wonder Woman, no, I will not be changing the first name on that. It's funnier this way. Wonder Woman just fucking kills people sometimes. Right? She doesn't like it. But she's also a fucking Amazon warrior. It'd be sort of weird if she didn't. Also a Captain America. Captain America definitely fucking kills people. And it's never really even brought up. But it also means that every single time he goes into combat where he might have to kill someone, it is a choice. He is going, okay, can I save this person? Can this person be spared? Do I use non-lethal force? And occasionally you have to make that call. Right? And it's just, when it is treated as a binary, specifically the way they do it in Invincible, where it is, okay, either you can be a good guy or you can save the world. Honestly, that's a catch-22. It's either you're a good guy or you're a good guy. Right? Like, either you can be a good guy or the secret menu version of a good guy that's extra special and necessary for everything to survive. The good guy you need to be. That just so happens to require you to do really fucking unethical things and be just a shady piece of shit about the whole fucking time. Like, the idea of even attempting to split the difference is just, doesn't fucking come up. Because that would require going, okay, well, killing is bad, yeah, you should not kill, except under very specific circumstances, in which case it could be considered justified, but really, even then, it is only going to be when lives are actively right now at stake, and there is no alternative other than end this motherfucker. We only have two of the fucking... We only have two of the auction rockets, too. Oh, we only have two of the auction rockets up, too. Damn. Yeah, like, it's... You blocking me. So, don't blame them, though. Yeah, good. Bacteria, mutagen, tree bark. Really, the answer is, like, whenever it becomes, like, a simple question of, like, oh, yeah, what is the correct thing to do? Yes kill, no kill. It's like, okay, we're now just talking black and white, good guys, bad guys, and that seems perhaps unwise. Perhaps this is a flawed and simplified worldview that raises more interesting questions, like who actually trying to do good. Although honestly, to pivot a little bit to Batman again, I think the no-killing thing is a much... That's my flashlight again, god damn it. A much more interesting topic when it is viewed as like, no, this is personal for like bats, right? Like again, it would have to be, right? Because he works with like Wonder Woman or the New Gods Orion or a bunch of other motherfuckers who definitely fucking kill, right? Not as like their rule, not the fucking Punisher, well, even then, but people who have killed and will kill again. It's personal for Batman because his whole fucking identity is shaped by the murder of his parents, right? Like it's that, and the idea, like it's just but also characters like Superman, A, they don't really fucking have to, and B, it ain't their call. Frankly, anyone who can say with a straight face like, oh yeah, no, I know what would be required. I could make the right call. It's like, okay, cool. Is it like just you? Or can I start like listing names on whom we could fucking put in charge of deciding who lives and dies? Quote, they made their choice, I'm making mine. It is a twisted logic, but it is a safety variable that isn't positive. What the fuck does safety variable even mean in this? What this is saying is you think it'd be okay to kill someone who's bad because they decided to be bad. Who's deciding that they are bad? Like, who's defining that they're bad? Oh, it's you, though, isn't it? Right? So either you are the specialist snowflake who decides and has perfect knowledge of what is and is not bad, or you know, maybe we let Lex Luthor decide who's bad, right? He was president for a bit. He seems like of sound mind, right? Even in a hypothetical, like, oh yeah, no, even the hypothetical, some people definitely for realsy, 100%, no question asked, deserve to get fucking got. Who the hell do you put in charge of deciding who that is? Right? The answer is, you don't. It's why most heroes that don't wrestle with this very much are not fucking light Yagamiing their way through prison systems writing down names. They're like, cool, this motherfucker is going to blow up a city, and my only superpower is gun, so I'm gonna shoot them. I'm aware of the flaws in the concept, though faintly. So you're saying you're aware of them, and you can look at them and go, yes, there are problems here, but you do not engage with them in any way that would make it seem like you actually engage with them. It's like being aware there is a recipe for a food thing, and be like, yes, I know how to make that. It's like, no, you don't. You know there's an recipe for something called a fucking baba ganoush somewhere. I don't even know what baba ganoush is. I don't actually even know what baba ganoush is. You know, you get the example. Like, God, just you're fucking that line of, like, save yourself the headache. That is, like, not even just villain talk, that's boring villain talk. That is villain who is unmotivated. It's just maybe a better question, like, how do you know with absolutely you're a good guy? Right? If it's just a matter of, well, you know, they're bad guys, I'm good guy, so, like, I hurt them, and they stop being bad guy. Okay, cool. What defines you as a good guy? Is it you? Are you the one who decides you're a good guy? Can I break it to you, Chief? There have been a lot of people who have killed other people. Whole groups of people, in fact, because the killers, in this case, thought that the victims were the bad guy. And the fact, like the fact it's like so uncritically looking at, it's like, well, you know, there are the good guys and the bad guys, and the good guys are allowed to kill the bad guys without a consequence. It's like wrong. And like, to be clear, this is not me coming down on. How do I phrase this? To be clear, this is not me coming down on the side of, no killing rules are objectively the correct one. This is me coming down on the side of, your logic is so unbelievably shallow and faulty. I was gonna do a thing about fucking, like, Invincible and how they handle it, and then you walked up and just fucking dumped a pile of rocks on the table like, behold, my sculptures. I worked hard on them. I found them outside on the side of the road. Like, motherfucker. This is just saying, yeah, but like, it'd be easier, wouldn't it? And acting like you have a point because you're like, well, you know, I see the flaws in it. No, you don't. I don't believe that. How could I? I'm very heated about this. I'm not gonna stop. You deserve it. God damn. That's why it annoys me so much, because I was like, oh yeah, no, the topic of conversation was, the using a no killing versus yes killing black and white morality as a cop out because it's easier than trying to figure out each time, like, cool, can we get away with not icing this dude? Is that worth doing? Or not even worth doing. Is it a thing we're able to do each and every time? Doing that fucking grim calculus for every single fight you could theoretically be in. Again, we're talking superhero stuff mostly. And that is much harder than, well, they threatened my family, so I'm going to kill them now. I need more fucking iridium. How do I need more iridium already? What the fuck? Didn't I have a bunch of it? Did I not bring it back? No. Oh yeah. So yeah, do you have like, no, yes killing because it's the only way, or some morality to it, or no killing, it is always wrong 100% of the time. Your thing is like, yes killing when I feel like it because they're a bad guy. And they chose that for themselves, definitely, every time. Maybe that's a question. What if they didn't? Remember before, they made their choice, you made yours. What if they didn't make that choice? What's a Winter Soldier situation? One of the big... When I feel like it is very loose. Buddy, if you have a more strict ruling than that, I would love to hear it, because you've not convinced me you do. I'm sure you can describe something as one. Like, oh, well, you know, if they're, you know, hurting people, or if they're really bad, or yada yada, like if there's... That is the retroactive, or it's gonna be broad enough to be like, cool, so when you feel like. It's like saying, oh, you know, I don't like food when, like, the taste is off or the texture is weird. Those are correct statements. Those are true. You should not like food when the taste is off and the texture is weird. But those are so broad, that could apply to basically fucking anything at any point ever. Oh, why don't you like that? Oh, the taste is off. A valid thing, sure. Maybe not when, you know, literal fucking lives are on the line. When the figure holds a gun to your head, that is so much more specific than what you were fucking talking about. Quote, the no-kill mentality is such garbage. The only one that can get away with shit like that is Batman because he fucking cripples his villains. Honestly, I personally struggle with the whole to kill or to save because all I see are numbers and logic. This guy is unlikely to change for the better. I'll choose to save myself the headache. End quote. Change for the better. Motherfucker, if they have a gun to your head, the question of if they could change for the better, unless it can be answered in approximately half a second, not relevant. Like I called out, retroactive. It's a good reason. It's a very good reason, to be clear. The reason of it is my only chance to not instantly die in the next second. Sure, yeah, that is survival. That is self-defense at that point. There's a discussion to be had there, yada yada. But broadly speaking, that is much simpler to think of. Like, well, you see, if I didn't kill them, they would kill me, like now. Not like hypothetically, not fucking metaphorically. Gun to head, they would fucking kill me with the gun to the head. Alright. But this is sort of where, again, the the extreme ends of a given spectrum sort of start to fall the fuck apart. Because, okay, if you're Batman, you don't do that. He doesn't do that for personal reasons, which again, I think I mentioned briefly, like, is the best way to do a no-killing rule. To have it be an individual rule for an individual. Or, God, what the fuck? Yeah, no killing rule is good when it is individual. I fucking lost this engine in the middle of having it. God damn it, that fucking sucks when that shit happens. I need more iridium. Fuck. What the hell? If in case of self-defense, yeah, that's pretty self-evident. You could still get into some level of weeds, like what level of self-defense, almost like, okay, is very, 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 very badly hurt good enough? Is sent to an alternate hell dimension where you're not technically dead, but also is just hell. Okay, if that's, well, no, it's not killing, though. Okay, what if they could send you to actual hell? What if they could teleport you directly to heaven? Not like in a metaphorical sense, in a your physical body goes to heaven, and then because you are in heaven, you are legally deceased. But these are very far edge cases. Hell yeah, I love Jogo Domain. We're gonna see more of it. What a question I haven't actually asked myself. He still stands. I feel like I have better what it is, maybe. Honestly, that is always like a very good thing to happen. I always encourage and hope for. Even if the answer is fundamentally your idea still remains, if it can get crystallized into a form that is more coherent, that could work. Right? If your idea goes from sort of vague, they made their choice, to, well, they have made the choice to put themselves in a situation where the only option is the end of their life, the termination of their continued existence. Because otherwise, like, 10 people would die, right? It's essentially the fucking trolley problem, but instead of the fucking, like, you pull a lever, there's, like, an guy driving the trolley, and he's like, yes, we gotta keep going. Get at you for being right and forcing me to think. It's like, hey, how plainly pride is. Ugh, that does it. It happens to me too, and my fucking guiding North Star philosophy is be wrong about shit as actively as possible. Right? Like, being wrong about things sucks. It's why I try not to do it. But that's not how being a fucking person works, unfortunately. We can't just not be wrong about things. You can tell, because the people who try their hardest to just be like, no, I'm not wrong, are most often the most wrong. Did I just get Tree Spitter 1 and 2, like, back to fucking back? Goddamn. Did I grab the car? I did not grab the car. This is unfortunate. Yeah. Like, worldviews need to be flexible. because otherwise they would break and also would atrophy near immediately. I mean, God forbid, at what point would you say a worldview is done? Because that happens at some point, if you consider that a worldview could ever be done. Is it when you're 6? Probably not. I think most people would agree. 6-year-olds, maybe don't have the most impeccable grasp on existence as a whole. Do I have the auction thing? I should probably get that. That's what I'm going to do, actually, before I get iridium. Yeah, honestly, good on you for, like, not even just admitting, like, oh, there might be part of this that you're wrong on and need to change your worldview or more crystallize it, but also acknowledging that you get mad about it, because that is... self-awareness is the thing that so many people are missing, I think. Or at least one of the most important ones. Because without self-awareness, you can get people who are so mad about a given thing in only certain circumstances. It's clearly not like they're actually mad about it, if that makes sense. Zeolite auction. Do I have any zeolite? You created to have... Or by standards. When you see yourself. Use other only for peace, not for... Aha! Well, this is very different then. There's the standards of Lord. When you yourself are the Lord, fight only for peace, not for blood. Right. That could be a whole different can of worms, because organized religion has, by its nature, a very long history. And that history is full of people. So it's never going to be anyone's idealized version. But that general idea of, hey, yeah, no, don't... Like, if you are fighting, fight for a good reason. And don't... I don't know, that could definitely be used to justify killing basically whoever... Oh, air filter, fucking hell. That's what I was looking for. Osmium fabric. Probably. Tenor topic, like an open wound full of salt. Oh, God. It's... probably one of the most reoccurring problems with talking about religion specifically. Clarify that angle on it very, very loudly. Is that the only way to even attempt looking at it more like objectively, in a sense, would be for people who are not necessarily practitioners. Because if you are a practitioner, it's like, well, cool. This is now the way you look at the world. Like, religion falling apart to that level is how fucking nihilism started. And it was an entire fucking thing because the thing people thought was, like, the correct, like, obviously animals came from fucking Noah's Ark. That's what the Bible says, and there is no other proof at this point. We're talking, like, Renaissance era kind of bullshit. There's no other proof to say otherwise, so it just is. Right? And then fucking Darwin, along with others, were like, hey, we have scientific discoveries. And they're kind of not saying the same things as the book does. What do we do? And the answer, at least classical nihilism, comes in. I know I've tangented off a little bit, but I do like this topic a lot, like classical nihilism specifically. Is basically you have to make if there is not going to be a prescribed meaning, then it is up to us to make it for ourselves. That is the second half of the God is dead message. Remember, again, at a time where God was an assumed part of reality, like fucking gravity, is in certain parts of the world, etc., etc. Like you said, religion is not a light subject, and just absurdism. Philosophies often overlap. I'm not familiar with absurdism exactly, but ooh, trees. These were first passed through tongues, memory, paper, that translated. Facts may have been twisted. I feel as if the story somewhat remains. Maybe. But at that point, even if you want to break it down to like, well, yeah, some parts of it are true, some parts of it are fabricated. All right, cool. How do you know which bits? They've all been repeated and regurgitated and fucking kneaded together so many times over. it's impossible to tell. That's getting more like more specific theology. That wasn't really the point. Oh god. Actually, I have a fucking good pivot though. Back to the topic of, as I understand it, is nihilism. The nihilism view of life has no meaning, but decide to have fun because it has no meaning. Maybe that is very similar. Again, to clarify when I said like I did specify. Well, it might be dismissed. Classical nihilism, to my understanding, like Nietzsche's "God is dead" thing, is the okay. So now what? If we don't have the easy answer of, you know, there is someone who's written out what the correct way to exist is, what do we do? Well, clearly the answer, the almost obvious one, is you gotta find meaning for yourself. Because if no one else can do it for you, what else can you do? Also, I'm gonna fucking explore over here because we need zeolite, and there looks like there's plenty over here. I just wonder how they manage these effects. Because on the one hand, it's very simple feeling, because I just walk in here now and there's things that weren't here before. But also, like, it definitely didn't seem to... Like, I don't remember anything fucking moving. At least not when I'm looking at it. Which is really kind of obvious, but... It's still a neat trick. It's well done, well done. Game's good. Greetings, Jam Man. Stream has been light and breezy today. The flying, speaking because it's interesting to put cheese on their pasta. I'm not sure how factual that last part is. I like fucking cheese on my pasta. So I'm pretty sure the whole thing is bupkis. I don't know what other reason there could be for it to be bogus, but... I'm sure there are some. I am dying of no oxygen, but I also want to grab some of this stuff. I'll put bark in here, even though I'm stupid for doing that. Almost assuredly. Ooh, cave! Out of random topics that I can scatter small lies into. Well, don't worry. I was about to pivot back over to... we're talking about no killing rules in fiction. And fuck all of what I was talking about. TLDR. Invincible has the discussion of, like, to kill or not to kill, and it has, like, a very binary view of, like, cool, either you do not kill anyone, or you are okay with killing people as a rule. As a thing you do. You're a killer now, kid. Accept it. And I found that kind of, not good. And not very interesting either. Which is worse. However, that is not... Really. To the Troy from. Sort of. This is in the context of superheroes. And the question of, like, okay, cool. Do you kill someone because it is easier? Right, everything's wrong. That's a certain angle you can take. Honestly, that is... Ooh, that is a surprisingly, I think, pretty lucrative philosophical rabbit hole. No versus 5 I don't. Not even that. In this case, it could be... well, in superheroes' case, it's one person you know, but actively hate the shit out of. Wait on dinner, hungry now. Make dinner now, hungry later. Maybe. That feels more like you're forcing it. But regardless. The main thing with superheroes is... One, I think importantly, a lot of heroes do just kill, and not like a Punisher way. It's just like a... They don't have an option, and they don't fucking wax philosophical on it. It's not like a, no, I won't, I'll find another way. It's like, oh shit, that fucking sucks. You dick, I'm sending you to prison for this. Which is generally, I think, a healthier view of it, almost. Especially if you're already doing superhero shit. I mean, Superman doesn't have a no-kill rule. I think that's that is a very good point on it. Superman doesn't have a no-kill rule, but he almost never fucking kills anyone because he doesn't fucking want to. You know, Clark Kent, nice guy from Kansas, just wants to help people. And unfortunately for him sometimes, he is very, very equipped to help people. But occasionally, his only option is just hit something as hard as he can. Oh, God. Okay, liking it as a meme, I will judge you for, but I can at least see an amount of logic for. Holy shit, the idea, like, kills a bunch of guys, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to be as bad as you. That's just dog shit, right? That's just bad. Or it's a really, really bad fucking take on morality. Regardless. I actually want to pivot over to a different example of a no-killing rule. A series that I think tackles the question of, should you kill someone, go out of your way to make someone be dead because they are so fucking dangerous. They are dangerous, and they've made it so clear they are not going to change, and you've specifically tried just catching them, tried taking them out of commission, and it has not worked. And it takes the angle, it's so... it addresses the topic with such seriousness, not as in like a philosophical, but like a real. This is a real world with real or a fictional world with fictional characters who are real. It's a real world to them. How do they react to the question of, do you kill someone? And it's really interesting. It gives a lot of weight. This series is naturally Sonic the Hedgehog, the comic by IDW. This is actually really, really fucking good. Not like that's not on a bit either. Neither is the fucking thing about them with the no killing thing. It's, oh my god, it's honestly, it's, I'm trying to like not spoil too much. I won't spoil that much because nothing. Accidentally kills Joker. That or he commits suicide, makes Batman think he killed him. Sure played the grief so well. Oh god. There's some angles in that. Honestly, good example of Batman actually. A version that I think you can look at really, really nice for this is, weirdly, Absolute Batman. Not in like a, this is how you play Batman, but more like you can have Batman without the no killing rule, and it's fine. Like, it is not a load-bearing part of the character. It doesn't have to be, at least. Because I'm pretty sure if Absolute Batman doesn't kill, fuck, he does not seem to try super hard to not kill. He fucking cuts a dude's arm off with an axe. The Joker talks him down only because he was being beaten to death for something someone else had done. Oh! The movie where Batman almost beats the Joker to death, but the Joker talks not only because he's being beaten to death for something someone else had done. Gotcha. Wait. I'm out of storage. Shit. Shit and fucking ass. Fuck. Yeah, back to Sonic the Hedgehog. The only form of art that matters. In that series, the question of... They're sort of... I'm going to have to ignore chat for a little bit. I apologize, because you guys are too easy to distract me. You break your code, but only thing I did is direct quote. Oh, that's a good line for the Joker. That's so good. The heroes that kill but mourn those they are forced to kill makes the character feel so much richer. Right? Because it acknowledges the idea of, like, no, you can be forced to do that. That is the job of a hero. Someone's like, occasionally you will not have an option to choose otherwise. Or rather, the option otherwise is let them do even more atrocities, and that can't be allowed to happen. But you can just still feel bad about it without being like, and now I'm an irredeemable monster. Now I am the bad guy. Oh, yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog. It handles it in... There are a couple points that make it especially nice. For one thing, it is very much a topic that is brought up multiple times. In particular, it is with Eggman. No surprises there. In particular, it is started when they find him, as minor spoilers, but also you should go read it. There's many other good parts about it. You should go read it anyways. Where he is amnesia. He's an amnesiac. In fact, he's going by Mr. Tinker now, because he has no memory of being Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Eggman, at all. And Sonic and Tails get to him first, more than any other guys. It's very lush in here now. And that's very good, because Shadow the Hedgehog is not far behind them. And he is much less interested in that. Not even in the sense of, like, not fully trusting him. Like, he doesn't trust Mr. Tinker isn't just Robotnik in disguise. But also the fact of, like, cool, what if he gets unamnesiaed? What then, Sonic? And Sonic's like, cool. What if he... Basically, the point is that Mr. Tinker at that point is doing genuine good. He's being a genuine good guy. He's really good. Honestly, the fact that he goes back to being Robotnik is treated like a thing to mourn, which is very neat. Want to do good things because he isn't even evil, just hates Sonic. In the IDW comics, even if that is almost true, he's definitely a bad guy. He is definitely a bad guy, and he does things for his own ego. At one point, he is asked by another great character from this comics, Dr. Starline. Again, go read them; they're really, really good. Why he always makes all of his death traps theme parks, and I want to find the exact. I'm not going to do the full thing. It's really good. Go find it. But basically, his answer is basically his first answer. The short one is, "I like theme parks." And the longer one is basically, he's Dr. fucking Eggman. If he wants to kill his enemies in a goddamn theme park, his enemies are going to die in a fucking theme park. End of discussion. He will make it so. And he is very, very bad man about that. New. Plants new here, what the fuck? So he's a really fun villain. He is definitely, in the idea comics, a fucking bad guy, though. Like, he is evil, to the point where, so everyone agrees, Mr. Tinker is not a bad guy, to the point where multiple characters try, or like indirectly or directly try, ooh, this is actually overgrowing now. I'm seeing, because now we've gotten to more stuff, it's actually breaking out of containment. Ooh, that's cool. Is breaking out, no, many characters look at Mr. Tinker like, cool, this guy is a good dude, he's great, or no, my apologies. People, like, Shadow brings up a bunch of Eggman, like, this is Eggman, this is Eggman, this is Eggman, he's doing Eggman things, and it's not jogging any memories. Eventually, Dr. Starline captures him, Dr. Starline captures Mr. Tinker, and essentially tries to, like, reprogram him and use, like, mental conditioning to bring back Robotnik. And they sort of talk about it later as if it was part of what worked. I don't buy that. Although, more than like, we actually do find later, he left a letter for, when he was Mr. Tinker, he did create a sentient robot. He was all as wicked intelligent as he was as Robotnik, which is part of the whole thing is, Mr. Tinker proves Robotnik could do good if he wanted to, he just doesn't want to. But he leaves a letter for, I think it's Bell, the robot he created with Mr. Tinker, that is essentially, not even essentially, just is, I think they might be right. Everyone is saying this stuff, and they're all saying the same things. So what are the odds they're all just wrong? Like, the first time someone said I looked like this Robotnik guy, is like, oh, that's terrifying, oh, I would never. This happened so many times. So he was sane enough. He was presented with the facts like, you're Robotnik, so strongly, he was able to be like, damn, I think I might be this Robotnik guy. I don't know how, but it seems unlikely that they're all wrong. Trying to revive him just so you can die to your bullshit, not theirs. Oh, that is fair. He will absolutely kind of let Sonic die. It's a whole thing. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Not relevant to the point of the not killing. Basically, the thing that brings... Also, what brings Mr. Robotnik back? Not relevant. What matters is he does come back. And this is not where everyone is suddenly like, oh my god, Sonic, why didn't you kill fucking Robotnik? Why didn't you do it? Also, I think I left that important detail. The way Sonic talks down Shadow is an important one. It's one of the key things that makes the comics so much, like, so good at showing off, like, cool, what is the no killing policy about? At least here. And specifically because it was with Shadow. And it was like, cool, Shadow, you're saying we need to kill Eggman because, like, he can't do good. He's doing good right now. Why is it so impossible that we, like, just believe he's doing good now and doing things for the better? If we weren't able to think someone could be better, we would never have saved you, would we? Because Shadow was a bad guy at first. Right? Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game, has him killing fucking cops. Or working with the cops, God forbid. He is a bad guy. He was a full bad guy. And Team Sonic was like, no, we can be friends about this. And that is something that is brought up repeatedly. Because so many of their fucking, like, friends used to be bad guys. Shadow, fucking Knuckles, E123 Omega, basically fucking everybody. Whoa there, Buckaroo. This guy isn't evil right now. It means he's probably fine to leave alone. To be clear, again, the fact that it was a real discussion, the idea that, like, no, the fact that Sonic was like, no, we're not killing this guy, not because he's not evil right now, but because he could be better, and we are gonna trust that he could be better, because we did the same for you, didn't we? If we didn't believe people could be better, we would never have made friends with Shadow or Knuckles or yada yada yada. You get the point. And they do come back to this later, but we'll get to that. Regardless, after a lot of work from other bad characters, like other villains, and or he saw a Metal Sonic, and all the memories came back. Loves his boy. If redemption didn't exist, we wouldn't be talking right now. Exactly. That's part of it. Why Metal Sonic? Metal Sonic is, I don't even know this. Not Mecha Sonic. Very different. Metal Sonic is like the version that sticks around and gets like it gets upgraded and repaired, not replaced. He is very much like Eggman's boy. I think he even refers to him as like, my, like when you actually see it, he flashes back specifically to him repairing, I'm seeing a bunch of things I can destroy here with bombs. He flashes back to him repairing Metal Sonic after clashes with Sonic, specifically. Ow. And one of the times he's like, oh my god, how could they do this to you? They wouldn't know real craftsmanship if they punched them in the face. You did punch him in the face, didn't you? And he gets a thumbs up from Metal Sonic. He's like, that's my boy. Good night. Good night, Tascat. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the conversation. Didn't really talk much. I only hunted Sonic because he was told to. In some versions, in other versions, I think a lot of versions, he is actually like, he thinks of himself as like the true Sonic. Like he is the Sonic improved. And he's trying to prove that shit. To the point where it's a good way to lead into the thing Eggman does once he is free. A lot of things happen and are bad. Starline also is bad. There's a lot of arc involved. But Eggman eventually does come back and starts trying to prove, like, oh my god, how could they fucking treat me like such a fucking rube? Those motherfuckers, I'll kill them for this. Although not really. What he does instead is develop a metallic, like, liquid that can essentially roboticize people into zombie robots that cannot be meaningfully damaged, which is very important because E123 Omega will definitely try to damage them very, very badly. And suddenly Sonic the Hedgehog is in a fucking zombie horror movie with all of the, like, actual horror that you would fucking expect from that sentence, which is kind of insane to say. But yeah, anyway, Metal Sonic, he can talk when he's boosted. He doesn't normally be able to talk. He does, at one point, stick his finger into the Zombot, like, virus and just looks at it as it, like, drips off his finger with no effect because he's not organic. Which is a whole fucking... Oh my god, he is a fucking character and a half. Anyway, yeah, Zombot virus. Essentially, it's now The Walking Dead, and basically everyone gets horrifically turned into zombies. To avoid spoiling too much, go read it. Is the point where Cream, the rabbit, the little baby one with the chow, very poignantly and deliberately just like storms past Sonic at one point after her mom gets turned into a zombot, again, functionally at this point killed, and she walks by Sonic specifically because Sonic didn't kill Eggman when he had the chance. And Cream, again, the little baby rabbit one, is pissed that Sonic didn't murder Eggman sooner because now her mom is dead. Sonic might want to end this plague. Not really. What ends the plague is a lot of things. Mostly the fact that Eggman at no point really had a way of controlling it or curing it, because he is a very prideful man and does things before really thinking about them too well. So they end up working together, which leads to, again, talking about how the series handles the question of, like, cool, do you fucking kill? And it handles it in a very way like, no, it is going to look at it from all angles. The point where Whisper, I'm going to describe this character because I don't think anyone who hasn't read the comics knows about them. And I'm going to sound like, it's going to sound like I'm making it up. Whisper is a wolf who is, like, she's very, very quiet. She always talks in whisper, and she is a lone sniper who runs around with a custom-made rifle that can be empowered by different wisps for different effects. It's not a comic, though I learned a rule made for them. Ooh. I don't know about that. I was distracted. Anyway, Whisper is not doing good. Her friend, Tangle, also got fucking got zombified. It was horrific. And at one point, we get a look at Eggman through a fucking scope with a crosshair on the back of his fucking head. And the only thing that stops her is Cream stepping in front of the gun and pleading with Whisper not to do it, not because she doesn't want to see Eggman have his fucking gray matter painted over the goddamn ground, but just because he is really their best chance at undoing the virus and getting her mom back. It is made very clear throughout the entire fucking arc, basically everyone, including Sonic, who is the one not killing Eggman, like, no, killing Eggman, very popular take. No one would be mad about it. And it is a very real thing. Like, Sonic has to question, is it correct at that point? So that's step one of, like, how it is very good. I know it took a long time to get there. It tackles it with a very mature, like, no. There are real consequences to having a no killing rule. And people are going to get hurt and be really fucking mad about it. What do you do about it, though? Like, what is the follow-up? And the follow-up is sort of part, and I'll say just 3. They solve the problem. Yeah, there's also a bunch of other reasons why Eggman doesn't end up dead. One is Sonic is a drifter in the comic and most other things. So the reason why he's the one who gets to call on whether or not Eggman lives or dies, he normally fucking doesn't. Eggman is very difficult to actually kill, like, pinned down like that. But also B, most other people, not even just like not even just can't hurt Eggman like that, are not trying to. They just have other shit going on. And so Sonic's just want to stick his nose in things. Regardless of that, move on. And the follow-up arc, or a close follow-up arc, sort of pays off the other side of the discussion. The Zomba arc is very, very much the, okay, killing Eggman would have very, very real benefits to right fucking now. Right? There is real precedent to just fucking end this right the fuck now. Just because at this point, he's already come back from being fully amnesia'd. At what point do we just say, fuck it, he's not getting better? But it follows up with a very probably like the most poignant example they can give. I just really thought they were just like single niche line of comic. You mean the Archie comics? No. This is a very different thing, and very, very good. I've not read the Archie comics. And I do not care about them. Period. But yeah. Fucking yeah. We've made it very clear that the comic has very well established. Cool. What is this point of killing, of making someone become the dead? And I was gonna go back and get more iridium once I deposited stuff and grab some bombs. Comics are damn crazy shit. Doesn't matter. Not relevant, unfortunately. What could be relevant, or what is relevant, is specifically the follow-up after Ant-Man's piece of shit. Dr. Starline, before he, or I guess actually technically at some point in time, it's sort of weird. Not weird, I just don't remember it. It's been up a little bit. He goes on his own thing, and he comes to the conclusion that robots are not what he needs. Honestly, it's a very cool arc for himself. Doesn't really matter. Evening, Camel. We're talking about the concept of a no-killing policy and why the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comics do it really, 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 really good. TLDR. They've done a lot of work to justify, no. Fucking shooting Eggman in the fucking head would solve a lot of problems, and many, many characters view that as the correct move, including Cream the Rabbit, the baby one with the chow. Yes, that one specifically says not to kill Eggman, not because it's bad, very poignantly, no, we just need him. Oh my god. Yeah, next arc. Dr. Starline has a conclusion. He doesn't really want robot. They're not flexible. They can't adapt. He wants, essentially, Sonic. Why the fuck did it censor Hey Camel? What? Hey YouTube, what the fuck are you smoking? And oh my god, I just have tabbed over into Discord specifically. I minimized Discord and think like, cool, I can now tab over to YouTube, which should be the next thing over. God damn it. Yeah, next arc. Dr. Starline, he grabbed two motherfuckers to make his own evil version. You're a naughty word. You're also making it more difficult for me because you're also spamming that. I was making that shit work. Next arc. Dr. Starline makes two equivalents, Surge and Kitsunami. They are equivalent to Sonic and Tails, the hero, the brash hero archetype, and the doting, demure assistant type. And that is all they are, because he fucking wipes their memories completely. Barely goes through the process of fabricating a new one. To the point where if they start questioning why they are listening to Starline in the first place, they'll start to have an existential crisis about it. At least before they fully realize and break out and etc., etc. However, they are excellent follow-ups to the Eggman Zombot arc because they are so incredibly so incredibly messy. To put it in their words, the way they got into the situation with Starline is either they were kidnapped by Starline and no one thought to go get them. No one tried to save them or rescue them or could recognize them at all. Which they're not wrong about. People did see their faces after the words. Or they were not kidnapped and instead went to Starline willingly. In either case, their logic goes, what kind of life would that be to go back to? So they are now stuck as not Sonic and not Tails, with their only purpose being to beat them. Notably, a purpose that Kitsunami not super sold on fully. All the details don't specifically matter. What matters is they repeatedly relapse, essentially. Not repeatedly, they're very difficult to sway because their whole existence is kill Sonic. Or at least Surge's whole existence is kill Sonic, and Kit's whole purpose is helping Surge with whatever the fuck she's doing. So they are very difficult to sway over it for a long time because it's like, cool, they're going to do it. Also, they do bad shit to try and kill Sonic in the meantime, very badly hurting people in the process. However, they do make progress, right? It is just slow. And they have so much, they have so much baggage. They have so many problems going on in their life. They're so messy that every time you think they've made progress, they have. It's not like a reblap thing where they keep making the same mistake over and over again, but you just, it's like, aha, well now you've made one step forward and revealed this whole other side of the fucking problem that you didn't even know about at first. And now, fucking Kitsunami's actively causing disasters just so Surge will have people to save. Which is very in character, but hasn't been a problem to this point because Surge was not healthy enough to want people to save in the first place. Sorry, I'm just rambling. I'm going to keep doing so. And by having these two characters be the follow-up to the, okay, no, Eggman sucks so bad, killing him would be so correct. It shows, like, it is the refresher of, like, no. As said with Shadow and, like, all those other friends, there are so many fucking people in the Sonic universe who would be in the same boat of, like, cool, they're just dickheads. They are bad people, they are doing bad, you just fucking deal with them permanently. Whereas Sonic and Tails help. It's honestly kind of shocking because when you see especially Tails versus Kitsunami, the fight essentially just doesn't start. Because Kitsunami gets ready to fight Tails, and Tails is like, hey, you're like water Tails. They're actually really cool. He was made to be a mimic of Tails, the whole thing. Go fucking read the books, very good. Desire, Darkness Falls, ooh, cool. Yeah. The fact that Tails is so, like, friendly with him and like, hey, we're here to help you, actually, is what makes that fight just not kick off in the first place. And eventually, it does work for Surge. I actually haven't gotten up on a comic myself. Whoops. Can I grab my fucking things, please? I see them. They're right there. Ah! Oh. I know, but I don't think I can do about it. I get more mad about it. Ooh, more iridium. Yeah, the fact that they are both so... Why? Huh? Why am I floating? God damn it. The fact that they follow up the very real examination of should you kill with the ultimate example of people who can definitely be better, but oh my fucking god, they are going to drag their fucking feet and actively yell at you about how they're not here to fucking make friends, they're here to fucking kill Sonic and replace him so often. And they just, the fact that Sonic do not even take that seriously. Like, they take the threat seriously, but they're like, no, we have seen this exact train of things so often, we are going to talk as if we have already made amends, which is really fun. Because that's actually zero for good. But that does actually lead to the third thing that I really like about how the IDW comics handle the topic of the morality of like a no killing policy, right? So because they handle it very honestly and earnestly and like sensitively tackle both sides. The no, you don't do that because you can always get it's always worth trying to help people, because even if there are some people who can't be redeemed, you're never gonna know which ones can be until they are, and you're never gonna know which ones those are if you don't try. But so it has both of them a lot, and it's very good for that. But the third little secret sauce that I think is very extra nice is Sonic and Tails' reaction sort of like near the end of the like Zombot incident, when things are saved, once we've done everything. And essentially the point of no, they're not gonna stop trying to like get Robotnik to stop being such a fucking dickhead and such a goddamn problem on purpose. Because they know he can do a lot of good, and they don't want to, right? They don't want to kill Robotnik. They don't join killing. They even send the Zeti back home, and the Zeti are like, "Hello, yes, we are the bad guys. We are evil on purpose, and that is our fucking cultural identity." And Sonic is like, "No, we're gonna send you home, actually." And they're like, they call him fucking stupid for that. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing, you idiot? We're gonna come back and we're gonna fucking kill you for this." And they're like, "Maybe, but we're gonna stop you, and we're gonna do this because that is how we like doing it." And I think that is so important when you take into account again that the only time he really stops anyone, to my knowledge, from straight up killing anyone is like Mr. Tinker. And that is the very real case of, no, Shadow, this guy really does look like he's not the same dude anymore. For all we know, the part of his brain that was Robotnik does not fucking exist anymore. It was turned to fucking mush. It is not in there any more than it is in either of us. So bringing him back would require them essentially implanting a copy of Eggman into his skull. And I'm not gonna usually fucking kill this like sweet little fucking old man because, you know, he used to be a shithead. And that works. But aside from that, though, if someone else wants to fucking take Eggman's goddamn head off, they can be free. Also, the way they handle it, where pretty much any time they are like together and are quote unquote like working together towards a common goal, it is because A, they're working towards a common goal and they sort of need each other's help, and B, fighting each other at that point would just make their lives harder for no real benefit, because like I think at the point Eggman was with Metal Sonic, so the odds of them actually making off with Eggman were essentially zero. Oh god. And having that end bit being like, no, the reason why Sonic and Tails don't kill, they think it is not because it is like the wrong choice. Although it is not the correct one either. They are not like letting the bad guy get away because they don't fucking kill them. But the reason they don't do it is because they don't fucking want to. Like, they do not like killing. They like making... They know they can make friends with people, so they're going to do that instead. And the one seeming exception is not going to make them start actively murdering people. Right? Oh, it's so good. This looks... almost like I've been here before, actually. How much iridium do I have? Ooh! With the bars especially. This actually not that impressive. But the bars... The bars are kind of impressive. Damn, it's not a bridge. It's not a full bridge, not a usable bridge. Oh. Yeah, I know I've spent like the last actual hour rambling about no killing rules, and ones that I think are good, Sonic, and ones that I think are interesting, at the very least. Like, interesting dissections of how that works, Invincible. Oh god, the car is so slow without any upgrades. Oh, this sucks. Does the underwater effect happen where I'm like the very tip of the fucking antenna goes under the water? No, it's a bit lower than that. Under the sea, I do not know the rest of the... okay, it's actually not a big hole. That darker area looked like it might be just a big fucking pit. Disappear into the fucking... I thought it was going to disappear into Subnautica 2. It should never be seen again. Honestly, Just Cause could be a good... I'm exhausted. Catch you next one. Alright. Sounds good. See you then. I was just gonna say, like, honestly, Just Cause sounds like it could actually be a very nice, even like short and sweet, like, stream game. We'll fucking see. Maybe. Probably not, because fucking... with what room. But, I don't know. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Camel. Hope to see you next time. Hope you have a good time in Just Cause. They're not for any particular rhyme or reason. And bye. Alright. We've done our fucking iridium gathering again. Big ass fucking yawn. Just add another fucking wild, unimaginable pivot to my fucking YouTube videos. It's fucking morality of murder in Sonic, in IDW Sonic. That one might actually do pretty good. It would have been a hell of a fun game. Commentary. Whole premise is to cause chaos and stabilize the bad guy government. Yep. That I'm familiar with. And it is fucking cool. Honestly, as a premise for a game, it is just also quite clever. Oh, Beaver fucking sucks. Damn, I didn't realize it was so dog shit. Does this do you anything? No. Oh, it's rocket engines though. I didn't even fucking clock that, but that's actually really good. Oh god, my sleep was so fucked. I had like a 3-hour nap today and like didn't sleep last night, so it won't be a super long stream. But whenever I say that, I tend to find out I lied. So we'll fucking see how it goes. Where the hell are my rocket parts? Are they in the fucking car? Might be in the fucking car. The car's in a very awkward spot. I'm gonna try and get a bit closer. What the fuck? Is it moving weird to anyone else? Not that part. That part's actually kind of normal, but like speed, the responsiveness of it almost, if that makes any sense. I would call it jitteriness, but like it's definitely jittery as hell right now, but that's a normal amount of jittery. So, I don't know. Got that. If I just bring two more super alloy, I should be able to launch more oxygen rockets, right? Yay! Into fucking space. Oh, I caught them, like, I did not catch them. I was trying to get, like, at the end. It did not catch at the end. Oh, not the fucking lake! Oh my god, I went just over the lake. Oh. Oh no, I hope they stay there. I don't even want to imagine what 2 fucking rockets in the middle of the lake would do to the trout population. It tastes like green. Yeah, really? I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. Actually, hang on. I think I remember fucking seeing before. Let me see. God, the line from earlier. The fact that it's not the first time I've heard a line basically like I hate having these talks. Sam, I get at you for being right. Oh. What the? It's fine. But air has electrolytes, so breathe deep. Disclaimer, do not use electricity of any kind within the area. This includes neuron activity in the brain. Yeah, line of like, yeah, having the detox is fucking frustrating because I was like, you get mad at you for being right. It's like the It takes so much fucking work so often. You've seen it when I fucking go ping off on a random tangent because like, shit, wait, hang on. What is that reason? But oh, for the joy of having people be upset and annoyed about having conversations because it turns out that I'm right almost all the time. Not almost all the time. When it gets really in the weeds to the point of being like, yeah, actually, no, I am building that. That's why I was like, that's not a lot of actual rating. Into the weeds of discussion, like standing with points, like, no. I do not stand by points I do not have reason for. Without qualifiers. And it's so much work, and it's honestly annoying a lot of time. But the fucking, like, the joy, the neuron act, that's not the right fucking name. The elation to hear motherfuckers be like, damn, yeah, annoying getting in deep discussions because you turn out to be fucking right and it pisses me off. It's like, yes. Yes. Now I feel like I'm fucking like a narcissist, though. That's a problem. Secret sauce for how to always be right. Step 1: be wrong as fast and actively as you can be. Because if you are wrong about something, congrats, you are officially existing as a person. Congratulations, a big step for some people. The trick to not being wrong continuing is to just stop. Which is really difficult for a lot of people, and also for me sometimes, because that requires you to change your mind. And for all the help leaves, that can be a pain. But if you're wrong about things, actively and with intention, you'd be like, oh damn, I was wrong about that thing. Suddenly you're not wrong about that thing anymore. You were wrong about it past tense, but then you changed your mind on it. Also, you need to make sure you do not, like, pretend you weren't wrong about it or pretend it doesn't matter. Do not do that. That is how you get narcissists who think they're always right, but like actually. Being right all the time is an impossible dream, but one that could be aspired towards with active, continuous fucking effort to know what the hell you're talking about and fact check your fucking sources. Oh my god. Bitch, the fact that that's happened now twice. Once now and once actually with my partner. The line of like, oh god, it's so annoying. It's like, yay, it means it's working. Me when I know things. Alright, we have Iridium again. Not as much as I would like, unfortunately, but we have Iridium again. I have an Optimizer Tier 2. Which I could just make. Like, fucking hard send, I think, yeah. I might just grab all these fucking nodes. Honestly, the auction multiplier might be a play. Actually, no, pressure might be a play. Heat. The answer is fucking heat. I think actually energy is mostly the answer, but like heat. You only have one heat. Never fucking mind, I guess. We also have nothing else to get from heat. Of points, I choose to argue are little known ones as well. As in you know them very little, or people in general know them very little? So like the real secret sauce to why it seems like to sometimes see people like, no, I'm always right about stuff, is that the hills I am willing to die on are ones that I have thought about thoroughly and have sources for. Right? It's not fucking like, oh yeah, no, this is the thing that I think is true. It's like, no, this is the thing I've looked into and thought about, and like, no, the updates to fucking, like, example, updates to Minecraft are not fundamentally different than how they were, but if you're not keeping up with them, they can feel a lot more overwhelming because it's just more new stuff that you don't know about. As an example. Also, pressure is the answer. Also, because we fucking have it. Did you get looking through U.S. renter laws? Oh, I haven't. And this is the thing. If you asked about that, I would not know about it. I could think about it. Honestly, big superpower. If you want to fucking be perceived as intelligent, at least by other fucking sapient creatures, acknowledge when you think a thing versus when you know a thing. Right? If a thing is conjecture, a thing you have put together from inference and information you have, but not like a whole picture, you can just say that. That's allowed. That is just called good communication skills. And be like, cool, this seems like it is the truth. Like, this is the way as I understand it. And if you're correct, great. If you're not correct, well, you fucking didn't understand it. Going with the problems of getting rid of person-based... Wait. I was arguing the problem of getting rid of a person based on U.S. renter laws. You guys had problems with corruption, so the government extended right to renters? Oh, do you mean when I gave the example of, hey, if I order a package in my name to your house and it gets to your doorstep, I pick it up and walk in the front door with a suitcase and say, I'm taking you to court, fuckers. Would that work? And you said yes? Occasionally, inference is enough. We can deduce answers sometimes. Because truly, I find it very, very fucking unlikely that is how that shit would actually work. It could be very bad. But in this case, I think it was the talk of like 1,000 cockroaches versus like one dude, like hidden, like living in your attic. It's like, cool. Yeah, proof of residence to various government agencies is not like court of law. That is like a thing being like, hey, do you have proof that you live there? And aren't just like saying that's like, okay, cool. So you have an amount of proof. All right, cool. We can start doing things. If it comes to court, they're not gonna be like, cool, this person was actively living in someone else's attic and hiding from people so they didn't know they were there. We think they might be the ones who are hiding in that house. Right? Maybe they're the ones who aren't supposed to be there on account of the fact that they're the ones who aren't supposed to be there. I get sent to court, though. I guess it's like, take this. It's not the fact that I'm saying it couldn't... An eviction? I'm not going to say it couldn't get sent to court. I'm saying there was no fucking way a reasonable jury would go, okay, yeah, so this person has been living in your attic and is now claiming that they owned the house. No, they're trespassing. They were actively hiding in your attic. Like, if you can provide examples of anything vaguely in the fucking universal ballpark of what you're talking about happening, I'll have to take it a bit more seriously. As it stands, all I'm hearing is like, all it's having is you are saying this thing is correct, and I'm like, that sounds like it absolutely couldn't in no way be correct. I want to check real quick. Pressure right now is 9534. Go over here. We're now at, holy shit. We went from 9,534 to 63,000. So a jump of more than fucking 6 times. Good. It's still like not really in line with what it could be. We need rockets for that, but I think the magnet field protection rockets are like the uranium ones, if I had to guess. Oh. No, I'm just fucking stupid, apparently. The iridium rockets do also provide the thing I'm missing. Iridium. Not iridium. Super alloy. There we go. That is the word I was looking for. This can go in here. So can that. I can put the car down fucking anywhere. That's annoying. There we go. Park the fucking car. There we go. Now I just fucking bring down magnet rockets. Which both increase pressure and give us more iridium to make more rockets. Right. I'm not gonna bother waiting to like get more. I was thinking of like, you know, letting some meteors fall, letting the meteor storm wear itself out, and then sending up another one. No, we're just gonna fucking send all three of them. Right there. Fantastic. Guys are keeping an eye on where they're fucking falling, otherwise it becomes way more difficult to find where the fuck they are afterwards. Like right there. If I didn't know that line there, I would never fucking find it. Convenient. Ignore the very, very dangerous flying debris. More iridium, please. Please, I need it for my fucking rockets. I need it to call down more asteroids, please. I promise it'll be good for the trout population. Ooh, wait, there's more right there. I think. Yeah! Interesting. That one's looking more... Is that just toxic? That one might be the toxicity planet. Because I'm noticing like the water is green on that one, not like the land, I think. I didn't get a super good look at it, or like a super specific, intentional look at it at least. Ow! Oh, oxygen's critical, you say? Yeah, oxygen is critical. Motherfucker, I got hit by a fucking meteor! Oh shit, oxygen's critical. Fuck. Where the fuck was that building? I thought there was a building there, but apparently fucking not. You know, I'm pretty sure I did not put my building halfway inside a different structure when I built it. I think I would have recalled if my base was literally actually inaccessible. Just a hunch though. I don't really know. Not sure I can back that up with a source just yet. I wonder what fucking changed to make the generation so weird. Oh. We'll pop over this ledge. Actually, I might grab the Iridium. Big tree. That's what I'm concerned about. Oh, there we go. And one of the benefits of calling down a bunch of meteors at once is that the rocks, like the debris, huh? What the fuck do you mean there's insufficient space to continue fucking recording? Oh, but yes, you motherfucker! I'll kill you. I actually really should not be surprised. I have like fucking 10 gajillion gigabytes of fucking streams just recorded on my goddamn computer. Oh shit. I kind of like the shape of it, like the jaggedness of it was just because I was far away, but apparently not. Ooh. This was really pretty now. It's, you know, not an actual fucking deserted wasteland. I guess deserted's not the right word. It was never inhabited in the first place. I was gonna ask if it needs to be like previously inhabited to be deserted, but then I got distracted by like deserted and desert. Have they gotta have some fucking root word in common, right? Or something to do with each other. It feels weird if they don't. Alright though. I think honestly, I might call stream there. It feels a bit weird to leave it like that, but I think honestly it might be a good spot. Next time we go exploring the big wet hole. You know, that's a good fucking end point. Next time we explore big wet hole, our pressure has gone from 60,000 to almost 158,000. Going up. I think the desertion is abandoning one's post. I assume it's because deserts are connected to the lack of something. That'd be a good... That's a good explanation. Also, excellent format of the fucking thing. Back to like what I said before. Not to be like, yes, you follow my advice, but like more like an example of like... my life probably... desert. I assume it's because deserts are connected to a lack of something. Yeah, assume. It's really easy to not say things with so much confidence that it makes you look like a dipshit for being wrong about stuff. Right? My go-to strategy. Again, this feels... I don't need to fucking sort of like, oh no, I don't want to feel like I'm saying anything. Yeah, fucking fine. Whatever. Ugh. I go to bed. I have not gotten good sleep in, well, that's all for me. Yeah. Oh god, I really fucking like this game. I love this game so goddamn much. Is that... Is that fucking new? I don't fucking look at that because I'm gonna forget otherwise. Honestly, with how much pressure we now have going on, and how the other two, I have not looked at biomass, and I'm not fucking going to. I don't know, looking to do it actually. It's fun actually. This feels new. I may just be stupid. But this doesn't feel like stuff that was here. Which makes sense that they would still be trying to get control of the area. Yeah, this is a bot fucking factory. This is a bot assembly line. What the hell? I guess... Yoink. Yoink, 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 yoink. Yoink, yoink. Yoink, yoink. Yoink, yoink. Yoink. March. Yoink, yoink. Yoink, yoink. Alright. Next time, we probably don't explore here very much, honestly. It's probably not that new. Maybe look at the plant stuff. More importantly, big wet hole. Get fucking hyped for that. Until then, holy shit. I would pass the time. Oh yeah, arguing about points that don't really matter can absolutely be fun in its own right. I get too into it sometimes, but I can actually see the idea of it. Pointless hypotheticals, right? Pointless hypotheticals mean like brain Play-Doh, but no, it can be fun to just like discuss things that don't really matter, take points that don't really matter. But broadly speaking, I like knowing things. Regardless, I am tired and my computer is full on storage. I need to go fucking deal with that probably. Until next time, thanks for stopping by. Have a great conversation. The most mutual yammering. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I hope to see you all again next time. Until then, take care of yourself out there. Take care of each other. And bye-bye.